free readings and stuff. I really need an intro video. All right, so I think we're good. Oh, I gotta pay rent. That's gonna be important soon. I don't think they like it when I don't pay rent. I'm not sure they're a fan. I'm not sure they're a fan at all. Let's see what's new in the tarot world while I wait for people to join. Welcome. It is Saturday night. We're feeling all right. Tamara, what is going on? And Julie, I'm doing great. Julie, how are you doing? How is it going there, Julie? You having a good Saturday? Is everything rocking this Saturday? Did you have a nice one? Are you out of quarantine yet? Like, what's happened with that quarantine stuff? Is everybody out of quarantine? I am. All the stores are open here in Texas. And Jolly, hello, what's going on? CM, welcome. Look how blue is. What's going on? Hello there. Queen of Water, it's good to see you again. Larry, it is great to see you. Lana Ray, it has been a minute, Lana. How are you doing? How you doing? You got a boyfriend cheating on you, Lana? Lana comes in and just drops the news. Lana comes in and doesn't hesitate at all. Tamara, welcome. How are you doing? And Fun One, hello. What is going on? Okay, Julie wants to know about, oh, you're still in quarantine. Oh, California? You're going to be in quarantine for quite some time. Okay, Tamara wants to know, when Marlon answer me again, how will things go? All right. Well, you know, Lana came in and just dropped the whole cheating thing. We got to find out. And Catherine, welcome. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Catherine, I think we need a stream with you, me, and Dr. Mystical. Biffy, hello. I got your email, Biffy, but I have been busy, so I will answer you tomorrow morning. Sorry about that. It has been quite hectic around here. I went and worked out and went to eat, went to the art store. Oh, yeah, that art store. I'm telling you, that's a place to be. That Insomniac. What's going on? Oh, man. All right. LR wants to know, he cheating or not? Let's find out. Jasmine, what is going on? Yeah, I'm curious to know, too. Now that you sort of just dropped that in here, didn't hesitate at all. Lana just said, here we go. Guess what I got for you, Mr. Tarot Guy? I got this. Boom. All right. No, let's do the This Might Hurt Tarot. This Might Hurt Tarot would be awesome for this. By the way, this is the camera that's not lined up. By the way, that's my vacuum. That's my vacuum over there. That's my water and some magic cards and the Stream Deck and the Rubik's Cube trick and 50 tarot decks. Look at that. I just snuck that in. 50 tarot decks. By the way, I'm currently working on the next tarot card. It is the Seven of Cups. Here we have the Seven of Cups. Obviously, a work in progress, but look at the detail on those cups. Now, that is nice. That is real nice. Worked a long time on that, unfortunately. It takes a while. That is not an insignificant amount of work. All right, speaking of not insignificant, let's go for the This Might Hurt Tarot and see, are they cheating on me or not? I'm knocking around the background too. 50 tarot. Lana is shocked at 50 tarot. Lana, that's just one. That's one tower, Lana. I have several because I've been doing tarot for like 20 years. So after 20 years, you collect a couple of cards. I mean, I'm just saying now, if you do it 20 years, you collect a couple of cards. So I've been doing magic 30 years, and I have probably 500. No. Yeah, probably 500 decks of cards. Oh, man, a lot of decks of cards. Naturally, Nikki, what is going on? What is happening here? All right. Let's see. Who else joined? Loyal Sunflower. Haiti, welcome. How are you doing, Haiti? How's it going? So let's find out, is he cheating or not? The devil says, the devil's reversed. That's actually not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, that's not good news at all. Knight of Pentacles, a very stable source as well. The Knight of Swords could be situations changing. Could be a lot of different things going on. Brandon, what is going on? A live solitaire war game stream. Well, I don't know. The war game is a very niche stream. It's a very niche. Okay, the problem with war games, let's break war games down for streaming. The first issue, Haiti, thank you. I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. The problem with war game streaming is it's very niche. You're going to have a very small community that's interested in seeing it. The second problem is half of war game is looking up rules. So you're going to be looking up rules. Let's say you're playing a moderately complex. You're still looking up rules the whole time. Otherwise, you're just breaking all sorts of rules, and everybody in chat will just be, you broke X rule and that rule. I mean, so it makes for a boring stream. It really does. You have to really sort of make a video about it. Anyway, the Knight of Swords, sort of the ending. Ooh, now that is interesting. Sort of leaping into stuff. I think they're faithful. I don't think they're cheating at all. The Lovers says they do have a firm commitment. They are very good with this commitment. They are pretty serious. They are pretty serious about it. I mean, I'm just saying, the Lovers says they're pretty serious about what's happening now. The Knight of Pentacles is a very stable force as well. The Knight of Pentacles is not really a cheating type. The Knight of Swords, I think, is. I think the Knight of Swords is. Why? Watch my video. By the way, link in the, well, not link, hit subscribe and watch all the court card videos. The Knight of Swords is the cheating type. The Knight of Cups a little more, but the Knight of Swords is sort of just diving in there, diving in there. The Devil upside down says, I don't really think they're cheating. I mean, we have stability, 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 and then jumping into something. This is not saying they're not cheating now. I'm saying they're probably not cheating now. Later, I think they're going to be leaning a bit towards it because the Knight of Swords is like the Knight of Cups, is sort of, well, I mean, he's not the romance guy the Knight of Cups is, but he is sort of leaping into things, moving forward with things and finding other things, finding other opportunities. So if you're looking for a cheating card, the Knight of Swords could be sort of construed as that. If you have a Knight of Cups, I mean, Knight of Cups is the cheating card of the deck. So if you're looking for a cheat card, the Knight of Cups is a cheat card. Brandon says, thanks for response. So true. It is true, Brandon. Oh, man. Brandon, have you played, oh, God, what are some of the better war games? I mean, have you played anything from MMP? MMP, Multi-Man Publishing? Their war games are quite extensive. I have one that's like, it's a 75-page rules, and then there's a 50-page supplement with additional rules. So in case the 75 pages gets boring, you want some extra rules, you have another 50-page supplement with more rules that are optional that you can do, which the more rules is actually better than the main rules. So of course you got to play with those too. Anyway, and memorizing, what is that? 124 pages is a bit much. New guy, what is going on with all that? All right, Kimmy, welcome. What is going on? All right, Mr. Cat says, baby needed the bottle, etc., etc. The Devil, Three of Cups, my cheating cards. Yeah, the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups reversed is really bad. Three of Cups reversed is not a good look. It's not a good look. But what is a good look, by the way, is the Light Seer's Tarot. But I'm telling you, that Knight, oh man, Flying Balance and Powers from Compass right now. Ooh, Compass Games had that 40% off. It's hard not to drop a paycheck at Compass Games. I mean, Brandon, I'm telling you now, Compass Games, it's hard not to drop a paycheck on that. But you did see all of these new games coming out, though, man. There's some really good ones. The Compass Games had the big sale. MMP has, if you go out to MMP site, Black Friday, they'll have a big sale. Some of the games are older, but whatever. I mean, it's like 70% off on the Black Friday sale from MMP. Pick up all the games that you don't have. Jay Smith, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. And I know, did Compass Games, my buddy that makes, what is that one game? Let me look. Fields of Fire 2. Fields of Fire 2. That is the ultimate solitaire game, but that is the worst game in the history of mankind. Fields of Fire. Fields of Fire, the rule book is just so terrible. And you have people making videos trying to explain the rules, and it's worse than reading the rule book sometimes. All right, no more J. I'm moving on. Well, that's good for you. Let's check about the new guy. 7 of Cups says you're kind of limited. You're kind of limited. Well, you've been limited for a while. We have some delays as far as this is concerned. So 7 of Cups is all about having the big choices. Having the big choices. By the way, in case you're wondering what the 7 of Cups looks like, it looks like this. Well, this is in progress, but I mean, this is the 7 of Cups, the traditional 7 of Cups with the watercolor flair there. Still in progress, still in progress. It's all about having those choices. And reverse talks about a bit of a limited choice and all of that stuff. Wolf, thank you for your compliment. I appreciate that. All about limited choices for a little bit. So we have some delays sort of sneaking into that. The moon says, though, we do have an opportunity with someone. So let's look at this. I think they're a water sign. They're very sort of emotionally stable. They're very good with emotions. They're very good with conversation, pretty good with all of that stuff. The moon points to somebody that's pretty stable with that. They're also pretty regular with communicating you. They're not going to be as bad as Jay sometimes, where they just straight out don't communicate with you. So I think they're going to have a bit of a regularity to them as far as that goes with emotional stability and regularity as far as that's concerned as well. So the 8 of Cups says they just sort of got out of a different relationship. So I mean, if you're looking for someone that is sort of out of another relationship, this is sort of going to be where you're going to go with. So you're looking at about 6 to 7 months, I think, in total, sort of getting this out. And that's because of the 7 of Cups being a bit delayed on that. Now, the Queen of Cups says that part of this is going to be sort of slow to get fully into the relationship. And we sort of have a delay here with choices. But the Queen is about the slowness or about some hesitation or thinking twice before jumping into something. And I think you're going to sort of have that. Maybe because of J, maybe because of the X, a bunch of other stuff, maybe because this individual, we get a water sign, is coming out of the 8 of Cups, coming out of another relationship and whatnot. So you could have some challenges as far as that goes. But I think it's going to be a good relationship. And again, I think about 6 or 7 months, we're sort of rolling into the new relationship with the water sign. And I think everything's going to be pretty good. So just realize that they are coming out of another relationship. So they are going to be a bit distracted. And again, you're looking for a bit of a delay. And the emotional connection is going to take a little bit longer because just of various circumstances that are around the individual. All right. So, Jay, how does Darren feel about me? Let's check that out. How does Jay feel? Let's see. How does D feel about me? Is it good, bad, indifferent? Let's check that out. Let's check that out. I think we're looking at the love screen. The love screen. Are we pajama free on the love screen? No, we're not. We're in shorts, but we're not short free. There, we're now doing much better. And for this, let's check out the Thoth Tarot. Pretty much everybody in the channel knows what the Thoth Tarot is. I'm just saying. Wolf says, great show with the Tarot Magician. It was. Renee is such an awesome person. It's great to have double readings. Those are exciting because you never know what you're going to get. I mean, the other person could have a totally different experience as far as the card goes than you. Hecate's Crossing, welcome. I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing? Hecate's Crossing, I've been working on cards all day. We're going to have a video tomorrow that sort of goes over what my tarot deck is looking like. And everybody will sort of be there and checking it out. So if you're interested in what the cards look like so far, we'll have a little premiere there tomorrow. And check that out. Dyron, what is going on? How are you doing? So what about Darren? Andrea, hello. How's it going? What about Darren and how does Darren feel? We have some interference. It's sort of interesting there. The interference is sort of easing up a bit, right? The interference is not really full steam at this point. We're talking about Jupiter within Gemini. And when that's sort of reversed, we don't have that Jupiter effect where it's just sort of expansion, right? Jupiter really enjoys expanding within the Gemini thing. It's sort of things are sort of closed off, right? Closed off. Well, Alley Cat, hey, what's going on? I still can't get over how thin TarotOracle is now compared to the old days. I know, right? Like just the hand alone is thin. You can actually see veins Angie, thank you for your donation. Queen of Water, I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. But that expansion is not there. It's sort of tightened up. It's sort of tightened up. The communication is not there. The growth is not there. It's sort of being stifled at the moment. And I think on your side, you're sort of ready for that growth. I think you're ready for something. You're ready for sort of this mutual experience. You're ready for this emotional exchange. And this is a very important card for you because you're really sort of wanting to move into this space and you seem to be pretty excited about it. Now, the day-to-day activities followed by just a lack of flow within the celebration card, you're looking at, again, it's very stifled. It's very closed off. We're having troubles getting full steam. And you see that across this entire thing. Not for you. I think we're ready to go. I think you're really sort of looking forward to this and trying to figure out what's going on. You're getting conflicting messages. The expansion is not happening. The day-to-day activities are just continuing on, and you're waiting for something different to happen. The celebration card, the 3, is sort of mixed in here. Could be talking about maybe another woman or another person is sort of within the frame or within the picture, because the 3 reverse sometimes points to that. Also could be looking at just, again, more of that stifling that is sort of going on with that. But yeah, I mean, you're sort of delayed, it's stifled, it's being held back. We don't have the power of Jupiter where we want it to be. Hopefully that changes and hopefully that clears up a little bit. But overall, I mean, you're looking for sort of interference with that, even though the interference was sort of, easing up. But I don't think it's going to be there forever. Integrative healing. Hello, how are you doing? With Sadhanya, with Sadhaya? Sadhaya? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Let me know if I'm butchering that. I tried to get names correct, but yeah, I butcher them sometimes. And I mean, not just mispronunciation. I just butcher them. Okay, loving relationship this year. Let's check that out. Angie, thank you for your donation. It is pouring here. Love the sound of rain. It is indeed. I wish it was raining here. I wouldn't have to water. I want some rain. I want some. Okay, we'll do Little Prince. We'll do Little Prince over here. By the way, Sadhanya, check it out. We got the Tarot Tower. The Tarot Tower. Yeah. So we're looking at the Tarot Tower, trying to figure out what we want. We ended up with the Little Prince Tarot for this one. That's going to be perfect for this one, I think. Little Prince Tarot looks ideal. Looks ideal. Luthien, welcome. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, Luthien, thanks for joining us over there. It was so good to see you. I appreciate your questions and hanging out with us and all that stuff. Luthien, it's good to see you twice today. Good to see you twice today. Okay, let's see what we're doing here and try out the Taurus Sun sign. Wants that stability, wants something healthy, wants something loving. Where are we going? We got some past issues. You have had some challenges with all of this. La Belle Fleur, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. It's very nice. Starting an online business. There you go. All right, so Angie, yeah, you're sort of Taurus Sun, right? We're looking for that stability. We're looking for a love relationship that lasts. But we have some problems here. The Ten of Swords reverse means you're sort of coming out of a bad relationship. You're sort of coming out of some challenges. Fun One's King, hello. Thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Queen Famous, it's so good to see you. How have you been? It has been a few days I haven't seen you, Queen. How's it going? Did you have a good Saturday? Are you out of quarantine? And Arlene Flower, hello. Arlene, it is great to see you as well. Henna, welcome. How's it going? All right, the Wheel of Fortune points to you've had some bad relationships. We see that with the Ten of Swords. We see that negative card coming out. You're coming out of these bad relationships. Part of the problem is the unreliability of people. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. We're having some issues with this. The Wheel of Fortune is all about what comes around, goes around, getting that steadiness, getting that passion, getting things where it's going to be just reliable, where we can count on them. The wheel is just not there. We've hit the Ten of Swords. We're coming out of some of these bad relationships, and we're just sort of looking something that's going to be decent. The Seven of Pentacles says that it is possible to get this. We do have some sort of challenges sort of coming out of this. one of the challenge is sort of this limited of meeting people. It's sort of, in other words, you seem to be limited with how many people you meet or how many people you interact with or how many people that you're sort of dating. And meeting people as we're doing that. Renee, hello. What's going on? Tarot Magician is here. Yeah, so the toxic relationship, the Ten of Swords, that is the toxicity of relationships defined. Seven of Pentacles says, again, we're limited to where we're meeting people. We're limited to how many people we meet, the type of people we meet. We need to expand that some. And it's going to be possible to sort of move forward or to get progress on what you want to get. Because the Seven of Pentacles reverse says, no matter how much effort I put into it, I'm just having problems getting those seeds to grow, right? The Seven of Pentacles getting the seeds to grow and getting all of this stuff going. So we're going to have to expand ourselves, get into new places, find new people, meet some interesting people, get, set up with some friends, etc. And this is going to really sort of benefit us, right? The Queen of Pentacles says, yes, absolutely. You're going to be in a loving relationship this year. You're going to have that stability. The Queen of Pentacles is all about getting that stability, getting the work done, getting things going, and making them a better tomorrow. And I think that's where you're sort of looking here is basically a better tomorrow. The Queen of Pentacles is good, but we need to make a little minor adjustments in how we're meeting people, and I think that's going to be all right. I think that is going to be pretty good. All right. Future spouse. Will it be the King of Pentacles in an 8? All right. So that's Queen of Water. Let's sort of check out a future spouse here. Queen of Water, future spouse, and see how that goes. And if that's going to be all right. All right. So okay, let's do the slow tarot. I do like these artsy decks. Indeed. Okay, future spouse. Oh, let's grab the future spouse deck, and that's going to be the slow tarot right here. We got the tarot tower. Somebody asked, did you make that tarot tower? I did. I have. Hit the subscribe button because I have a video. You can make that tarot tower for $20. I'm not even kidding. I show you how. I give you step-by-step instructions, diagrams, and all of that stuff. I show you how it's made. I show you how everything is done. So check that out on my channel. Now that I'm single, I will get out more. That sounds good. All right. So let's see here about future spouse. Is it going to be the King of Pentacles? The King of Pentacles is pretty reliable. Some would say the King of Pentacles is a bit of a workaholic, though. Is that sort of where we want to be? Or is that what we're going on? I think for stability, right? We do have the coins, the 10 of coins looking for your spouse. The 5 of Wands looking for this as well. Adam Crow, welcome. Thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. But the Page of Wands. It's all about finding somebody that's going to be, I don't know, how would you even describe it? Finding somebody that's going to be a bit new to the relationship realm. I think part of what your problem is here with the King of Pentacles entirely, is somebody that has more time, somebody that's a bit more adventurous is going to be a bit more of your style. It seems like that, right? Because the Page of Wands is about being adventurous. The Page of Wands is not about being really sort of stable or too stable. Does that sort of mean too stable? You want somebody that has some adventure, some fun, some excitement about them. I think you're just going to get bored with the King of Pentacles. And we'll go over that in our video, which we're going to have in a couple of weeks, that talks about the Kings. The King of Pentacles is fairly boring. All right, it's just a fairly boring card. More of a workaholic. Dyron, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. So I think you want somebody a little more exciting, fun, adventurous you can go out with. It's going to go do wild things, something weird. Let's just go and do something wild. Let's go sailing today. Screw it. Let's go sailing today, right? You'll be like, cool, that sounds fun. So I think it is one of those things. It's one of those things as well, right? coming to us of heartbreak. Yeah, I mean, we do have the Three of Swords. We're talking about the heartbreak. And I think that the Ten of Coins is sort of where you're headed for a long-term relationship. But I think somebody more adventurous is going to be a bit more your style and a bit more your speed as far as that's concerned. But I wouldn't recommend the King of Pentacles. I wouldn't. And the Three of Swords, yes, we're coming out of a heartbreak. But again, the King of Pentacles just doesn't seem your style. You need more of a page. I would say the Page of Wands. Somebody's just going to get out, be fun, be like that, right? Like an Aquarius type feel or something. Let's just go do it. Maybe an Aries. Let's just go do it. And let's not hesitate. Hey, you know, it's Saturday. Let's go sailing. My friend has a sailboat. He said, let's go sailing. Let's go sailing right now. What are you doing? Well, I was going to go eat. Well, you know, we'll eat on the sailboat. Let's go. I mean, that just seems like that. Again, we'll talk about the King of Pentacles in an upcoming video, and we'll also lose our voice live on stream. So, let's get some water. All right, how I become successful in my tarot reading business from this week. Well, check that out. All right, why are we doing this? Okay, LaFleur, think about starting an online business. Speaking of businesses. Now, this is exciting. Online business. How could that possibly go wrong? Actually, LBFG, online business. Is this the plan that I'm meant to do or not? Now, that's a good question. Depends on the online business, now, doesn't it? There's a lot of online businesses that just explode. They just blow up the minute you start those things. It just goes. For example, Ciro Marchetti. Ciro Marchetti just makes these tarots, sells out like hotcakes. He's selling all these cloths. He's making me a new cloth with my name on it. I'm too thrilled. I'm too thrilled. Ciro Marchetti is the man. He is the man. I know half the stuff is done by his wife. She is the woman. I mean, they're both just such an amazing people and so great. I think I've spent probably $1,000 on his store in the past 10 years. Probably. All right. Yeah, Paula, I haven't seen your video. Paula, I've been so busy. I have been so busy. By the way, we are working on the next tarot card. If you have not seen it, here's the work in progress. Obviously, it's a 7 of Cups, so we're still working on it, but we got that nice shimmer and gleam off of the cup. So I'm going to add the clouds digitally. And, but you know, as far as smoothness goes, I think that looks pretty good for now. It's a good start. So let's find out about online businesses here. The 4 of Cups. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. The Page of Cups. We got the Page of Wands as well. The Emperor. I do think Arlene is like cheer for Ciro. Indeed. Yeah, if you ask him how to pronounce his name, he said, we cheer for Ciro. Because it's everybody's saying like Cairo. They're like, how do you pronounce your name? All right. So the Emperor says that you have the ability to do this. We have the ability to do this. It's going to be a bit of a bittersweet. here. The 4 of Cups, you're talking about the Lord of blended pleasure. You're being offered things you don't want. We have some activities we like, some activities we don't like. The online business, I think, needs tweaking a bit. So let's say that we're selling widgets, right? Maybe we want to sell a different widget, or maybe we want to create a different style of widget or something like that. It seems to need tweaking. The Lord of Blended Pleasure says maybe our initial plan needs some adjustment. What type of adjustment are we talking about? The Page of Cups points to some sort of emotional issue that we're sort of having with this. The Page of Cups is also a bit of an introvert. It's like that the product needs a bit more of an extroversion type thing to it. In other words, more advertising, more things like that. There are some products that kind of advertise themselves, or some products that take less work, not only to make, but to sort of promote. So it seems that we need to just sort of tweak this and adjust this to how we need to do. having 2 pages in a row, is that good? That's talking about some mixed messages here. That's talking about getting it started, getting things going. It's going to be difficult. The Page of Cups is not going to be an easy card. When it comes to businesses, the Page of Wands going to be a bit better. But the pages also say that maybe we're not quite fully prepared. In other words, if we're doing online business, maybe we're assuming that some stuff will take care of itself later, but it won't. We need more planning. We need more preparation. We need to sort of think this out a bit through. In other words, the online business that you have, again, number 1 needs some tweaks. We need to tweak the product. We need to adjust how we're sort of doing it. Number 2, we need to make more preparation before we go online with it. In other words, do you have the Instagram set up? Do we have the Facebook set up? Do we have the sales set up? Can you buy things with sales? How many sales are we talking about? Have you already gotten your EIN number for a small business from the government, for taxes? Do we have a separate bank account to do the business transactions? Do we have a way to take online payments with credit card? In other words, is all this stuff set up already? Are we fully 100% ready to go yet? I mean, the pages say maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we need some more tweaking. Maybe we need some more advancement and things like that, some more planning. So if you're looking at this, we need, again, more planning. We need a tweaked product. How you're thinking about doing it, how we're sort of going at it right now may not be the 100% best choice, but entertainment purposes only. Never start a small business based upon a fat man reading tarot cards on the internet, right? I mean, I draw stuff too. The guy that paints the tarot cards may not be the one to give you online business tips, but I mean, there's that. There is that. Antonella, my favorite person in the world, how are you doing? It is so great to see you. All right, Fun Ones King wants to know what is going to be, what career field, what would I strive in? What is going on with that? Raina, thank you so much for your donation earlier. I greatly appreciate that. You're amazing. I appreciate you. What are we doing here? We need an online, I don't want to do Chiro twice. We need Muse. Muse is really going to put us in a good mood here because the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann will tell us what field that we're going to jump into and how much fun that's going to be. That sounds good. Hikate's Crossing, I want to get a few of Chiro's decks. Yeah, no, shipping over there is so expensive. That is so outrageously expensive. All right, Dyron, can you please repeat your question, Dyron? Let me know again. I know you asked it earlier, but we have Chad is hopping tonight. Chad is going full steam. Dyron, Chad is going full steam tonight. If you could repeat your question, I'd appreciate it. I know it's way up there somewhere, but you're coming up in a couple of readings, and we'll check that out and see how it goes. All right, so the Muse Tarot tells us about your career choice. I want to grab one more card just because we can fit it in. I like big spreads, and I cannot lie. Those other tarot readers, they can't deny. All right, we're looking at the Hermit. I think that you're going to be better off sort of doing your own thing. Are we looking at the entrepreneurial spirit? Maybe. I mean, the Hermit says, let's sort of do that. The Two of Voices is pointing that as well. The Star, 3 of Emotions, 8 of Materials. We're really sort of looking at being an entrepreneur, right? Finding our own style, finding our own way. Why is that? 8 of Materials says we're not afraid to work. That's going to be your first important thing that we're sort of diving into, right? We're not afraid of work. But the supervisors that you've had, some of the bosses that you've had, they're not utilizing you the way that they can. It's going to be sort of different. It's going to be sort of difficult sometimes to get that right supervisor that's not just, totally wrong for us. We don't sync with him. I mean, they're either way too OCD and picky, or they're way too loose and they let emergencies happen. I think you've had this mixture to where it's just not sort of your style. It's just not really vibing with you sometimes as far as getting the correct supervisor. The Hermit says you don't like working like a ton of people. You don't like being around a ton of people. Maybe you like doing things either online, or maybe you like doing things in a short bursts of having people around. So in other words, maybe if you're having to do a career, we're not going to entrepreneurial, but you can do entrepreneurial, maybe a software developer or something, right? That we're with the hermit. We don't have to deal with customers. We don't have to, we just go, we do code, right? Or we'll do be something that involves just sort of being ourselves and things like that. Brianna, hello, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. So the hermit says being alone, not being around a ton of people, not taking orders from a ton of people is going to be sort of good for you. The Two of Voices also says that you like choices. I don't think you like doing the same thing over and over and over. So you're not going to be good with, let's go to a meat packing plant and just do the same thing over and over and over all day, go home. I don't think you like that mindless activities. You like something a bit spicy, something beefy that I can hang on to, that I can grab, that I can get excited about. Because at the end of the day, I think you want to come home with a lot of new experiences under your belt. Some fun things happen, maybe some bad things happen, but you had that balance. You're not just doing one thing over and over and over. The star says that once you sort of make up your mind about what you want to do, you're sort of stuck with that. And I think that you're sort of guided through that place. The star says we're guided from the North Star. We have a star that's shining brightly and beautifully, and we go in that direction. I don't think you like that. I think you like to go your own way. You like to do your own thing. And again, that's sort of where we're going with this entrepreneurial thing. The star being upside down means I create my own reality, and I'm good at it. And I'm good at it. I know what I need. I know what I need for this project, for that project, and I'm getting going well. The Three of Emotions also says that having support is going to be important for you. If you do work a job, having somebody that appreciates your work, obviously master the obvious, everybody likes that, but I think it's really important for you because that sort of motivates you to go on the overtime, sort of motivates you to do that more project, that big project. You have people that support you. You have people that, enjoy having you there and appreciate your work and think that you do great work. That really motivates you to get you started, to get you sort of going on that. And again, I think you're a hard worker. The Eight of Pentacles points to that. But we do have a lot of hints about just being your own thing, doing your own thing, and being your own boss. But again, obviously entertainment purposes only, but it just has that entrepreneurial spirit. It looks very good as far as just sort of matching your style and all of that good stuff. Anyway, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Adam Crow, how to better invest my time and energy? That's a good question. See, I like that. Everybody has such good questions. I mean, I'm telling you, Square and PayPal, they're different companies, yes. All right, AC. How to better invest my time and energy. So let's see what we're wasting time on. Let's see what we can concentrate and all that good stuff. Fun as King says, that's what I secretly want. I mean, it is. It's great. You could paint tarot cards. There you go. You could just do the paintings on the tarot cards. You could make yourself. You could start a Seven of Cups, and it's not done yet, but you could start one of these and hope for the best with that. Hope for the best with that. All right. Wasting time. Speaking of wasting time, how many times am I going to show the Seven of Cups tonight? Wasting time. Let's get to the wheel, the golden wheel, the golden wheel. Yeah, the live stream with Renee was fantastic. Brianna, you missed it. It was so fun. It was so awesome. At the last reading, Brianna, we both had two majors on the same reading. We had 3-card spread. We both had 2 majors. That was wild. All right. Let's check this out. We're wasting time. We're trying to figure out how to do that. Yeah, they're 2 different companies, so they're different. If you're asking about taking payments, they both have different policies. They both have different fees and whatnot. So if you get Square, well, PayPal, I believe, is a fixed percentile. So if you pay on PayPal, I think it's a fixed percentile. And Square is different. I think Square is 50 cents raw reduction per payment and then a percentile, but it's a less percentile, if that makes sense. But anyway. Okay, wasting time. The Hierophant. Sometimes we're just not accepting the seriousness of the situation. Sometimes we're not taking a situation serious. And I think that sort of means the triage, the good old triage. What emergency is more important than what other emergency? And that is a good skill to have. That is a good skill to have. You know, that is a very good skill, because sometimes you'll leap into a situation to where you have multiple things that need to be juggled. You have a finite amount of time, energy, etc. It's important to triage properly, and sometimes we have to triage bits and pieces. So let me explain this. Let's say that I'm drawing a tarot card and I need 3 tarot cards done by tomorrow. I can't get all of them done by tomorrow at the same pace. So I'll do the first one. I'll do up until a certain time that I know is optimal for me. In other words, I can do these tasks quickly. The second one, I'll do the quick, easy part. The third one, I'll do the quick, easy part. And then I'll go to the harder parts and I'll just triage it out. And I think that's sort of where you were sort of learning to get to where you could sort of master that. The Queen of Cups, though, says that don't get too emotionally involved, or don't get too emotionally hooked on one particular thing. In other words, if it's fun, that's fine. If you love it, that's fine. But don't do things that you love at the expense of things that you don't love. So a lot of things we do on a day-to-day basis is just not something that we love to do, but we need to do it to get around, right? Mowing the lawn, or, bad example, but whatever. So don't be too emotionally hooked on certain things. If you need to do things that aren't that fun, you're going to have to do those. The Ten of Wands says, don't be burdened. In other words, don't bite off too much of a particular task and just sort of ease into that particular task. Just go into that particular task and sort of take small portions of it. Take small portions of it. Wheel of Fortune, hello. What is going on? Take small portions of it. The Ten of Wands, avoid being overburdened, because the Ten of Wands is about caring too much. We're taking too much on at a time. Just don't do that. Optimize your time, optimize how you're going to do it, and don't take on too much. Eight of Cups says also watch about abandoning of projects. The Eight of Cups, sometimes we're just like, this is a pain in the butt, screw it. Watch when you do that, because you don't want to abandon some important projects that you had that you were passionate about or that you absolutely need to finish. So if it's getting on your nerves, take a break. That's fine. But don't do that at the expense of, hey, I'm just going to completely abandon this because it sucks. Because sometimes things do suck. Sometimes painting sucks. Sometimes, some of the other things that you do just become repetitive. Take a break. Take a break. Go out. Take a break and go out. And unless you're quarantined, then don't go out. But if you're not quarantined, go out. Go to the art store. Go watch that TarotOracle videos. I mean, all of that stuff. I am guided. Welcome. Thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, Dyron had a question. So Dyron, let's see. Dyron wants to know, both are different mode of payment. So I think Dyron's sort of sniffing around PayPal versus Square. Let's see, what's Dyron's formal question? How can I get payment from a customer if I'm not registered business of tarot reading? Okay, so we're asking about payments and we're asking about the tarot reading business. So let's do that for Dyron there. All right, so DT. Tarot and payments. All right, so we can sort of go over the tarot and payments. All right, so Square. Let's talk about Square. I do have a Square. Okay, here you go. So we got this Square reader. You get this from Square, and it plugs into your phone, and then you run a credit card through here. You run a credit card through. So it's a Square reader. They'll send you it for a couple of bucks, and you're able to take payments on your phone. And I believe PayPal has something similar to this, but basically they'll both take payments. So again, Square has a fee that they'll charge you, but both PayPal and Square are competitors. So if one gets a feature, the other one is going to get the same feature pretty soon, kind of thing. Square allows you to send invoices. So if I want to get a reading, if somebody wants to pay for a reading, I can send them an invoice through Square or PayPal, right? They both will send money to your bank account for a fee. Square, in my opinion, is a little bit better overall. Square has less people that hate it. It's been around a very long time. And I mean, I like the little readers. I like their invoicing system. I like can duplicate invoices and go with that. I like their interface a bit better. So as far as taking payments, I prefer Square. I mean, I just do. But again, it's like apples and oranges. Do you like an Android or do you like an iPhone? I mean, they're both good. It doesn't mean that one's better than the next. Okay. So that's about taking, but both will allow you to take payments with credit cards, invoices. So people, you can go and send them an invoice, or you can send them to a link. And I know Square gets you to where you can take donations. So that's what I do. That's why I have Square on there. But overall, the interface is smoother and easier with Square, in just my personal opinion, but Android versus iPhone again. So there you go. All right, speaking of Android versus iPhone, here we go. The Playful Heart Tarot. Let's talk about your tarot reading business and see what is going on. Yeah, any point of sale app is good. And they both have apps on your phone. Take payments, send an invoice, trade money, etc., and take it out. Square has a free, I think PayPal charges you to get the money out, but Square does not charge you unless you want it immediately, and then it'll charge you. But if you want to take your time, then Square will do that. And it'll both invoice you at the end of the year, so it's easy for taxes and whatnot. But again, just sort of hop on the site and all that. They're both good. They're both good. Android versus iPhone kind of argument. So the Nine of Swords talks about your tarot reading business. It's all about sort of taking it easy, not trying to, be just the money machine as we sort of come out. So it's about sort of getting yourself and expanding out slowly. Let's get on Instagram. Let's make us a connection, right? Let's do all sorts of things and sort of expand out. You don't want to centralize in one thing. In other words, I'm only going to do this. You want to do readings. You want to do some Instagram readings, maybe some Facebook readings, maybe some YouTube readings. Expand out and have a bunch of different venues of different avenues that you can have to where you can get money, or you can get clients, or you can get some advertisement, right? So you make up your own name, et cetera, and go out there and sort of do that. The Nine of Swords sort of take that out. The Ace of Cups says as well, get emotionally into it. Get excited about it. People like it when you're excited. People like it when you are dedicated to something, when you're really emotionally attached to it, and you know what I'm saying? So you can tell when people love tarot, and you can tell when they're just like, oh, okay, let me read tarot now. Okay, this card is this card is that. Nobody likes that. They can get on their phone if they want definitions. You want to get that emotional component where you're excited. You're hyped about it. The Ace of Cups says get into that, right? The World as well. Get into the different spaces and just start. You're not going to be rich overnight. You're going to be sort of just loving it, doing it for your own entertainment, do it part-time, and all of that good stuff. And again, taking payments is going to be one of the least things you're going to think about. The more things you're going to think about is getting online, getting that stuff, doing maybe psychic fair readings once people can actually commune again, all that other stuff. But the Page of Cups, again, says you may be inclined to do a lot of that online. We know the Page of Cups is a bit of an introvert. We got a couple of cups. We got the Ace and the Page. Start off online. Take it easy. Start off. Have some fun with it. Do your own thing and see how it sort of goes, right? And then we can sort of expand it out from there. So there you go. As always with anything, be regular. I'm online at these hours. I'm available in these hours and stuff like that. So regularity is key, so people know where to find you, because I look forward to watching Larry's stream, for example, and I know what time Larry starts. So I know that at 5 o'clock, I'm going to watch Larry. So that's just what happens, because that regularity brings about more people and brings about people that sort of love to see you. And I love going to see Larry, watching Larry's readings, and he's going to pick, a card. He'll pick like a comfort, or he'll pick innocence or beauty or playfulness, or he'll even pick this card. Hey, that looks familiar. Big opportunities, you just never know. All right. So I'm guided, wants to know. Future love interest. Are we going? A tree in the background, what does it mean? I think it means big opportunity. If I were just to guess, I would say it means big opportunities. By the way, Echoes of Nature, I only have 10 left and it's out of stock for the rest of your life. So yeah, use Echoes for 15% off and get it on Etsy. Not sponsored. Well, actually, well, yeah, kind of sponsored. Kind of sponsored. Chanel, what is going on? All right. What is your future love interest? I'm guided. Hopefully you're guided to your future love interest, because I'm guided. I mean, I'm just saying I'm guided too. The Golden Tarot by Cat Black. This is trimmed. I know that you're all excited about the Golden Tarot, but it is trimmed. It is trimmed. So, you know, probably a bad decision if you want to sell it later, but I don't, because I'm too attached to it. I'm too attached to it, you know. All right. It will be out of stock. It will be out of print, out of stock. It will be gone forever. There will be no more Echoes of Nature. There will be my next project, whatever in the world that's going to be. All right. Arlene Flower loves it. Arlene Flower loves the Golden Tarot. Whee! So, what are we looking at for future love interest? The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The Page of Coins. We've got a couple of court cards here. Got a couple of interesting court cards. We know what the court cards mean. Let's throw down a couple of additional cards on the court cards just to have some fun with them. The Three of Wands says if you have a future love interest, it's going to be a short-term type of thing. A short-term type of thing. The Three of Wands, we don't really have that big open space. We don't have virtue. And virtue is important. Virtue is sort of important when the Three of Wands are sort of planning. We get all these options and we're doing all of that stuff, right? The Three of Wands, we're a bit excitable with that. We're a bit excitable with that. We don't really have anything that's going to be long-term. We're sort of looking at short-term. At short-term. The Knight of Wands as well. The Knight of Wands, the Fire of Fire, we're sort of going and getting passionate with it fairly quickly, with the Ten of Coins being reversed. In other words, short term, right? Valerie, thank you for your donation. Please let me know what your question is. I appreciate you. The Ten of Coins is all about having everything that we want. I have everything. I got the dog, the grandpa, the family, the love, you know, all the love going, the house. Everything is going beautifully. And that being reversed points us again to short term. But it doesn't have to be an empty relationship. I think there's a lot of passion with that. The Knight of Wands, again, that fire with fire. Looking maybe at a fire sign, something very passionate, very quick happening, right? The match is lit and it burns out quickly. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. We like short-term relationships occasionally. The Tower, again, the Tower being upside down, attached to the Page of Coins. We have the stability of the Page of Coins offset by the reverse Tower. It's just not there. It's just not there. It's just not long-term, a bit of a short-term thing. So I do think you have somebody coming. Again, think of a fire sign. I think we're talking about a short term, as I've said 1,000 times now. The Two of Swords says we have other options later, so don't be too concerned about that. If we're looking for long term, if we're looking for big situations, I think that could come later. But for now, we're looking at a bit of a fun short term type thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, you will have a person soon. Enjoy your fire sign. Let's check out that. So Valerie had a question, sort of waiting for Valerie's question. In the meantime, let's do one more question and see what we got here. I know, okay, so Tamara has been asking for a while. We've been ignoring you, Tamara. I'm sorry about that. When Marlon, answer me again, how will things go? Let's look at that. I know you've asked about Marlon before. Let's see about that. How will it go? Is it going to be good, bad? What is going on? What is happening there? Wow, there's a big lag spike. That is a big lag spike. All right, Valerie wants to know, wondering about whether I should start looking for another career. Age 59, you should be retiring. I want to help people. What area should I look? Valerie, we'll check that out. let's figure out about Marlin real quick, Valerie. Thank you again for your donation. I think we could use the good old-fashioned Bonefire Tarot for this one. Find out about Marlin. How is Marlin going? How is Marlin going? Whoa! Marlin is throwing cards everywhere. Figure it out. I put Marin. I know it's not Marin, it's Marlin, but it's really laggy. Even though that I actually set the priority for the process of OBS to like high, it still lags. And I don't know why. I think that they're using a bad GDI library or something like that. Because this is a nice computer. It should be working okay. Should be working okay. I'm just saying. All right. So we're talking about Marlin. Marlin's going to be good, bad, or indifferent. I think it's going to go okay. I think it's going to go okay. We're ending with the Two of Cups. I think you're worried for no reason. I think the Ace of Cups right here. I think that what you said, I think is calming the situation a little bit, or it's making the situation move forward a little bit, right? The Ace of Cups, it's not something new. I think we've been going back and forth on this. I think that you're ready to calm down the situation. You're ready to get things moving forward. The Hierophant, you're taking the seriousness, you're taking the lighthearted approach with this and making the seriousness not be too prevalent with that. The Nine of Coins, though, interesting card, the Nine of Coins. I think you're looking for something that's not there with Marlin quite yet. Can it be later? I think so. But I don't think Marlin is quite ready for where you want to be just yet. You're still out of sync. And we see that with the Two of Cups. We're getting not really in sync, but I think we're getting a good response. If you're ready to be in sync, though, not the band. If you're ready to be in sync, though, if you're ready to get back to a place to where you really want to be, I don't think that's going to be possible for a little bit. It's going to be difficult. I think what happened before is still resonating. I think what happened before may put a bit of a stick in the spoke wheels. Is that what it is? That's a bad analogy. But you know what I'm saying. It'll slow us down a bit. It's going to put a bit of a problem within there. I think you and Marlin occasionally like the spice. You like a bit of that spice, and that's okay. That's okay. I mean, there's not anything bad with that. Lana Ray wants a room tour. Lana, I have it on my channel. If you were subscribed, Lana, you would have got that notification. I give you a full tour of my room, a full tour. All right, Angela wants to know about a tarot reading business, and a civil servant is Valerie as well. All right, Valerie, I'm a civil servant and an artiste. There you go. Very cool. All right, so Valerie wants to know, what am I going to do with my life? Do I start looking for another career at age 59? That's starting pretty late there. Let's see. I guess you didn't want to retire. Career at 59 or not? So we're doing some community service stuff, civil servant. We're doing all of that. So we just want something. We want something casual. And Valerie, the good news is now with the internet, we can do anything we want and still make some cash. You can still make some fat cash just doing what you want at home, which is kind of cool. Like reading tarot, for example. All right. I'm trying to find the button that I want, which is the Anna K. Well, there we go. The Anna K. The room tour Atlanta. You're missing the room tour. It's exciting. It is exhilarating almost. I mean, I'm just saying. All right. Tomorrow's video will be a tour, speaking of which, of all the cards that I've done so far. So you'll get a summary of where we're at on the tarot. That's going to be fun. That is coming out to Kickstarter in June. If you want some awesome looking tarot cards, I would appreciate somebody to name my deck as well. That sounds dirty, but you know what I'm saying. Name those cards. And I will put you at credits in the book. We're going to have enamel pins as well. You have enamel pins that have the star card, that are going to have all the cool cards. I mean, just saying. All right. The Page of Swords. I think you're pretty malleable with what you need to do. You can adjust to anything. The Page of Swords is the spy, right? The spy. And I think that you're able to do that. You're able to adjust to whatever you want to do. I don't think you're just restricted. I don't think that you're restricted to doing one thing. I don't think that you're pigeonholed to being only this or that, right? So let's say, okay, I do IT work. I'm a software developer. When I retire, am I pigeonholed to only be a software developer? No. We can do tarot, we can do art, we can do all these fun things. And it sounds like that you are already doing that. You've learned about your expansion capabilities, or if you learn that you can be good at whatever you want to be good at. And I'm coughing. Speaking of being good, I need some good water. Rachel, welcome. What is going on? So you can do whatever you want, and you figured this out. The Page of Swords is pretty obvious here. You figured all this out by now. You're going to do art, you do civil service, think you're good at a lot of different things. Justice, upside down, says you do want to do something sort of on the internet, or sort of not really on your own per se, but something online where you can get into it and sort of do it part-time at your convenience when things are going to be going well. The Ace of Cups, it's not going to be something you're too excited about doing. Not going to be too excited that you're doing. A lot of times you're going to have difficulty sort of getting up and doing it if it's not going to be something fun. But again, that is, sort of work involved as well. I think part of that is now when you do anything online, you have to be on 500 different sites, from this social media to that social media to more social media and more social media. It just never ends. And that's part of the downside of doing anything online these days. It's more work than just going outside doing something. At this point, it depends on, what you're doing as well. So I think a career, it's something that you need to do online. It's going to be comfortable for you. It's going to be part-time. It's going to be something that you can get income, but not just kill yourself in the process, right? It's going to be kind of dull. It's going to be a bit overwhelming sometimes. The Emperor says that you do have the capability. You do have those skills that you need to get that done. If you're looking for a brand new career, that's going to take a lot of run-up speed. In other words, we have to go get some certifications. We have to go find some jobs. We have to go do all of this stuff. So at this point, I think online would have some opportunities for you. Not only can you do it whenever you want to do it, but you can also multitask it with your civil servant position. You can multitask that with your art. There's so many things that you can do online nowadays just for doing stuff. A lot of people are doing art YouTube, and they're making a living. I mean, we got one dude who paid off his house with just doing art on YouTube. So it depends on the niche, the market, and how you want to sort of approach it. But I think that's going to be sort of your key. I think they're going to be sort of your key. We can do it part-time. We can do it when we have time, and we don't have to really just kill ourselves trying to get another degree, another certification, trying to, drive 4 hours to work or whatnot. And the best part of being online is that if there's a quarantine, you're right there still making money. So there is that. Anyway, and that is the end of the stream. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow morning. So in 11 hours, you'll see me again. And then in 23 hours, you'll see me again as well. So come back tomorrow morning or tomorrow night at 6:30 a.m., 6:30 p.m. Central Time, and we will see you then.